What's up, everybody? It's your boy Two Phones back again with another informative video. This is my Google Fi review in 2020. Now, I can tell you a little bit of history of Google Fi. It started off as a project at first. It was called Project Fi, and this is like one of the accessories for those that it was something like a Google, it was like a Kickstarter at first. So anybody that signed up to this phone service from Google, wireless phone service from Google, when they first started, you were able to get like a few accessories, like a battery pack, a phone case, and some earbuds. And this is like the box. I still got the box. It's like the box that all the accessories came with. And at first, it was only available for the Nexus 6. Now, the Nexus 6 was Google's own Android device, Android smartphone, and it only worked and ran on the Nexus 6 when they first started this project. So anybody that had a Nexus 6 already, all you had to do was sign up to the phone service as a beta user and put the SIM card in their Nexus 6, and then you were able to get network, you were able to get services. Now, how it ran was it used Sprint and T-Mobile's network. Now, Sprint and T-Mobile network, based before this merger, it ran CDMA and GSM. So if T-Mobile was weak in your area, Google will, based on your location, Google will switch you over to Sprint if there was a Sprint, if there was Sprint coverage in your area and it was better than T-Mobile, Google would switch you over to Sprint. And vice versa. If Sprint was weak in your area, T-Mobile was stronger, Google would switch from Sprint to T-Mobile. And that's how it worked at first. And then, of course, you have Wi-Fi. Google will automatically connect you to the best Wi-Fi connection out in the area. And you will get like a VPN logo saying that Google was protecting you over this open Wi-Fi hotspot. And that's how it worked, and that's how it all started. It started off with one phone, the Nexus 6, because it was fully unlocked device and ran all the networks. And Google had two major networks at first, plus, open Wi-Fi. That's how that all started, and now it expanded from Project Fi to Google Fi, and there's more openness to it. You can add an iPhone to it. You can add a Samsung phone to it. But the key difference is that it was only available for the T-Mobile network with the iPhones and Samsungs at first. Then they started adding other phones like the Motorola X4, the Moto X4, which was a fully unlocked Motorola smartphone. They had two different versions of it. One was just the regular one, then the other one was an Android One version. And I think both of them were compatible with the Google Fi service. So you would get Sprint and T-Mobile. Also, plus Wi-Fi. And then a few years later, they added on US Cellular to the network package and the service. So now you got three networks. You got T-Mobile, Sprint, and US Cellular. Then they added more phones. They added Moto G6 and Pixel line. The Pixel line came out a little bit later after the Nexus 5 and 5X and 6P. Then you had all these other phones, the Pixels and the Nexus and the Motorola. So now you had more options to choose from. And you still got more options. Then they added on LG G7, LG V35. So now you have all these other phones that can work on the Google Fi service and things in that sort, and you can stay connected and all that. Now, we're here today. Last year, you were able to get the Moto G7 on Google Fi, and this year you got Moto G Stylus, Moto G Power, Pixel 3A line, Pixel 4 line. So now you have those options to choose from, and the price. So let's talk about the price. So the basic package, the price plan, flexible plan is $20 a month for unlimited talk and text. All right, and like I said, that's pretty fair. If you just want the talk and text package, that's a fair price. I mean, this is an official phone service now. It's official, plan, and you get to stay connected with 3-4 different networks. So I can understand, me personally, on a techie standpoint, I can understand why it's $20 a month because they're keeping you connected for talking and texting. Now, on the other hand, if you want data, it's 10 gigabytes. Not 10 gigabytes. It's $10 per gigabyte. So 1 gigabyte of data added on to your plan is $10. So you add that on top of it, it's $30 a month for unlimited talking text and 1 gigabyte. Now, to some, that's still very expensive, and I understand that. But if you have like other devices like Motorola phones, LG phones, they got the FM radio chip. This is what a lot of people don't understand and get. You're actually getting music for free. You're getting news for free. You're getting a lot of stuff for free with the FM radio antennas inside your Android smartphones. So with that being said, depending on what you're doing with your phones, if you're on Wi-Fi all the time, you're not really looking at the data. You're not really caring about how much data you're using. But if you're a conscious person, a money-saving conscious person, then this service wouldn't be for you, even for the basic package. But if you just want to stay connected without Wi-Fi, then this will be a cell phone service to be recommended to. And especially on the Android side, and you are an Android fanatic, you're an Android fan, all you've been buying is Android phones, no iPhones whatsoever, this will be a good phone service for you because you're staying connected. You got all different type of networks plus Wi-Fi. So give or take, and then if you're a traveler, if you do a lot of business trips, this is a good cell phone service. If you do a lot of business trips, this is a good cell phone service. All right. So that's how that goes for the basic plan. Now they do have a premium unlimited plan, which is $70 a month. You get up to, well, because of stuff going on right now, you get up to 30 gigs of unlimited, 30 gigs of high-speed data. Then you get throttled down to 2G. But like I said, like I reminded you all before, you're getting different networks. You're staying connected. You're getting VPN access. And with the premium package, the full unlimited package, you're getting Google One, 100 gigabytes of cloud storage, especially if you're on a device like an iPhone or a Pixel with no SD card support. And you know, your data, I'm gonna say, okay, you're a data hogger, and you downloading a lot of music, or you downloading a lot of movies, you know, stuff like that. You downloading a lot of applications and things. You're gonna want that cloud storage. But like I said, you got other options out there for Google Fi. You got Motorola phones and LG phones as well that support the SD card and support FM radio. So you have all these other options to choose from, even using this unlimited plan. And they do have family packages. You could add on a couple of lines, and it's like $5 savings, $10, $15 savings, depending on how many lines you need. But you also have to keep in mind that you're borrowing the 30 gigabytes of high-speed data from each line. So you can't control the data. You can't control the data. You can't control the usage. It just depends on how much you're trying to get and whether or not you're using this as a standalone internet provider. Now, there are some like cool features outside of that. A new feature, now you can use Google Voice outside of Project or Google Fi. So you can get a Google Voice phone number for free as a second line. So you got a phone, let's say you got the Motorola phone, but you want a second line. You can download the Google Voice app, sign up, and get a free number, and leave that to the side as a standalone second line. Or if you choose the data only SIMs from Google Fi, and I'll talk about that in a minute, you can put a second SIM in this device and use Google Fi as an eSIM. With the Pixels, you can use the Google Fi service as an eSIM, meaning you don't necessarily need a physical SIM card for connection or for phone service. And that's another cool feature about the Google Pixels. And you can add a second SIM. I got another data only SIM for Google Fi. You can add another SIM into the slot for data. So if you want to use calls and texts, and then you just want data on a separate SIM, you can do that. All right. So keep that in mind when it comes to the Pixels and Google Fi. eSIM, you can just download the Google Fi app and sign up right from the application and start your service today with a Google Pixel. And that's another way to get dual SIMs on your Google Pixels. And data only SIMs, you can order for free up to 3. I think it's up to 3 now. So you can only have 3 data only SIMs on the Google Fi service, and then you can just use that with your iPhones that run in T-Mobile, another Samsung device that's running T-Mobile, or another Motorola phone that's running, on the T-Mobile network, and you can divvy out that way, and you can split the data between phones and tablets, and even smart PCs or PCs that got LTE inside of them, and that's another thing. All right. Also, shouts to T-Mobile. You can use this T-Mobile hotspot with a data-only SIM. Okay, so the T-Mobile hotspot, it was free to test, free to try. They gave you a SIM card, with free data on it to try out the latest, network updates and things in that sort. But I do have a video. I will leave the link in the description box about testing the mobile hotspot with the Google Fi service, and it ran very decently well. It wasn't the best because of the 2G the speeds, the 2G LTE speeds on the mobile hotspot, but I was able to link. Well, I only tried like 4 or 5 devices with the hotspot, and the hotspot worked on my Roku TVs and my Fire Stick. So that's another cool feature and functionality with this Google Fi service. You got the data only, and you got the eSIM support, you got the regular SIM support, you got all these other different phones that support it natively. When I mean natively, it's not just stuck to one network. It switches between networks just depending on your coverage. The speeds are, I wouldn't say on par with other like T-Mobile network and the Sprint network and US Cellular. I think it depends on your device. So if you got a flagship Pixel 4, you're probably getting the best speeds. You know what I'm saying? So with the Pixel 3a, I'm okay with the speeds. With the Pixel 3a, with the Moto G7, I was okay with the speeds and things in that sort. I didn't really have any issues. Now, like I said, the network is the key. The switching of networks is the key. As you all remember, maybe a couple of weeks ago, T-Mobile had issues. Well, see, if you are in Google Fi, you can force switch from network to network. Meaning, if you're on a T-Mobile network and the towers are down or it's an outage in your area on T-Mobile, with the Google Fi service, you can switch via codes. You put in your dollar, and they'll switch you to Sprint. It will switch you to US Cellular. But hopefully, with the loss of service or a connection, that Google will say, hey, wait, you don't have any service with T-Mobile. Boom, switch your Sprint. Boom, switch your US Cellular. So you will stay connected with this phone service. To be honest, I think it's one of the best versatile phone services out there that anybody should get or even just try out. Like I said, $20 just to try it out for talking, texting, for calls and SMS things and that sort like that. You do got companion apps, like I said, Google Hangouts, Google Voice, as separate apps, and then you can have a second number for standalone, and it's 100% for free with the Google Voice app. So keep that in mind when you're looking into this Google Fi service. Also, I'll leave a link in the description box below so you can go check out the website. Also, every now and then they have deals. If you're a new customer or you've been part of their service for this long, they give out free devices, free products. So like I said, I got free earbuds, battery packs, cases, and last year I got this Google Home Mini Nest for free, and you can link this up. This device basically, you can make calls with this. You can listen to music. You can even tell it to change your Chromecast. You can tell it to open Netflix and all that from your Chromecast. So this is a good companion device as well. It's a nice speaker. It's pretty loud for like a small house and things like that. I wouldn't recommend this for a party, but it's small enough. It can tell you the weather. It can tell you the news. You can listen to your podcast. You can listen to the radio right from this device. So give or take, it's overall, it's been great. Google Fi has been a good service, and like I said, I've been getting, like, you know, free deals and stuff like that, special offers. You just have to check the email. You just have to check the application every now and then. Sometimes they might even send out a notification on your mobile device. So just, you know what I'm saying, just keep up to track, keep on notified when it comes to this. I would recommend this for a low-cost consumer, only a person that needs a lot of data, that don't want to be on Wi-Fi all the time. But if you need this for your house internet, I will not recommend it. All right, this is basically a traveler. This is a go-to cell phone service for a business provider, a person that's always on the go. Maybe using Uber, maybe using Lyft, something like that. You got your small business. Like I said, you do a lot of traveling. You go overseas. This is a great phone service for all that. And not to mention, when you go overseas, your data is free. Your data is free. So keep that in mind. I mean, in the States, in the U.S., yeah, you're still paying $30 to $70 a month or whatever. But when you're going overseas, your data connection is technically free on the unlimited plan, on the $70 plan. So keep that in mind. Anything I did not mention, go ahead and ask those questions in the comment section below. Let me know if I was very informative about this video. I know it was long and drawn out, but I just wanted to, you know, keep speed you up, guys, up to date on the Google Fi and was I still using it. And yes, I'm still using it on and off. Oh, and one more thing before I end this video. When I say on and off, okay, there's a cool feature that I wish every phone service would have, at least, like some more phone services would have. Actually, one other phone service does kind of have this feature, but it's not like there. Pausing the phone service. Okay, so in the application, the Google Fi app, I don't know if I can pull it up, but let me try to pull it up for you. There is a setting. There is a setting in the Google Fi app at the bottom, I believe. It says pause service. It says pause service, and you can pause the service up to 90 days, which is 3 months. So that's a cool feature. Let me see if I could do that. I don't understand why it's not pulling up the app. Anyways, all you guys got to do is go to the phone, the Google Fi application, all right, on your device, whether it's your iPhone or your Google phone, and you go down to, let me check. Let me see. Is it support? Nah. Okay, you go down to manage plan. There it is. You go down to manage plan, and then you scroll down towards the bottom. Okay, so it says more actions. You can pause service, you can pause your data, you can switch plans, and you can cancel your service. Now, like I said, what's so special about pausing the service, right there, it says this turns off service for 90 days, no calling, texting, or using data. You can turn service back on at any time. Okay? Credit for calls and texts issued per day of pause service. So you get credit. All right? Device payments, keep making them. All right? Including for device protection. So if you're on a payment plan and a protection plan, which I don't know why anybody even does protection plans for phones. They're so affordable now. But anyways, you still will have to pay your monthly payment on your phone and your protection plan for your phone. Okay, maybe for like cracked screens or something like that. You want to pay $5 a month? Sure, do that. But that is one cool feature. And then I'm gonna talk about the other company in another video. But let me know y'all thoughts. Also, I recommend for those that want to know which network you're on, 2 applications, actually 3 applications for the Google Play Store you want to download right now. One is called Fi Switch, another one is called Signal Spy, and then the other one's called Signal Check Pro. Now, these 3 apps will let you know the speeds of your network, which network you're on, and what bands you're using on your Motorola phones, and your Pixels, your Nexus phones, your LG phones that are fully compatible with the Google Fi services. Only phones designed for Fi. These are the ones I recommend. If you're going to use this service, these are the only phones I would recommend to get the best out of your device. Other than that, you can get the data-only SIMs, and you can put those in iPhones and Samsungs and OnePlus phones, ZTE phones, whichever phones, Nokias, that support GSM and T-Mobile network. But other than that, this is the total package, and I hope I was thorough about it. I know, like I said, I know it was a long video, but I wanted to break down why I like this phone service so much, and I would recommend it for those that want low-end cost cell phone plans and also that travel the globe. So here you are, the Google Fi full review in 2020. Your boy, 2 phones. I'm out.